Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with women's tennis, and with us, head coach Chad Berryhill. And coach, hard to believe it's only been a week into the season, but you've already played 6 matches.
Yeah, it's been been a tough start playing a lot of matches right away, but definitely learning and getting better with each match.
Obviously, you got the women's season going on. The men will be preparing for their season as well. Talk about that balance act, what it takes to balance 2 teams.
It's tough. It's nice we can stagger our practices a little bit. Obviously, in the beginning of the year, it's tough trying to get everybody organized. We've got so many new players this year. I think we have maybe 7 or 8 new guy players coming in and 4 new girl players. So getting 12 athletes acclimated is tough. But everyone's excited. It's always an exciting time of the year. Everyone's working hard and wants to show their best. So it's not too bad. Some days get to be a little bit long, but the kids make it worth it. They're a great group to be around, and I'm privileged to coach them. So.
You started off the women's team in Ohio the first weekend. You came back home this past weekend, 3 matches at home at the Racket and Fitness Center, and you start off with a very good Wayne State team on Friday.
Yeah, Wayne is very deep this year. They even played without one of their players against us. They're going to be definitely in the hunt to win the GLIAC. So it was good for our team to see what level they need to get at. We had a tough match against them last year as well, so we knew what we were getting into. Still doubles, we need to play that better. We fought extremely hard in the singles. I think we gave them a good fight, but just came up short.
You got a win at third doubles, a pair of freshmen that have stepped in and done a nice job for you in your lineup.
Yeah, those 2 have been undefeated so far this season, Sydney Behrens and Gabby Demchenko. And they've been kind of rolling people at 3. We actually ended up splitting them up on Sunday against Finley and kept Sydney Behrens with Janie Sell, who was playing 1 doubles, and moved Gabby up and see how she would do. But 3's been a spot that we've been able to take every time we've stepped on the court this year. And we've got Jessica Wilcox playing 6 singles. She's done a good job stepping in as a transfer, a new student as well, and pulling some big matches for us. So the freshmen have done great. They're competing hard and have bought into what we're trying to do, so it's a good thing.
You came back on Saturday in a big win over Hillsdale, a close match that went down to the wire, 5-4 victory. Talk about the performance in that match.
Yeah, Hillsdale's a tough team to play. They're not always the most talented team, but they compete for every ball. They run every single ball down. So we knew that going into the match. We knew doubles was going to be a huge part of the match. We were able to take 2 out of 3, so it's good to get that 1-point advantage going into singles. And then Ani Yan, our senior playing number 1, she really stepped up against a really tough Hillsdale player who puts every single ball, it seems like, back in the court. So it's good to see Anna pull a big win to pull out a 5-4 match for us.
You were able to get a couple wins from Gabby, as you talked about her earlier, just a freshman, but was able to win in both singles and doubles.
Yeah, Gabby's really stepped up. She came in the first couple weeks of practice and really struggled, was losing to all of our returning girls, and we got a chance to see her play last fall. She came for a little tournament, and she really impressed all of her teammates. So this year they were kind of asking me, like, what's wrong with Gabby? And so now that we've seen her in match play, she's really stepped up. She's pulled out some big wins. She's played some tough people, playing 3 and 4, and every match she's in, she just goes out there and fights and runs down every ball. So she's been a great addition so far.
How nice was it to be able to play back at home this week after that trip to Ohio and have a chance to play on your home surfaces?
Yeah, it's nice to get back to the Racket facility and play. We're excited. We have new courts there as well, so that's exciting. Our Friday match against Wayne State, we had a lot of people come out and supporting and cheering on the girls, which is awesome. We're also in a tough stand right now. We played this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Travel, play Northwood on Tuesday, and then play again Thursday, Friday, Saturday at home. So it's nice we're not traveling. We're playing that streak of matches in a row. It's been tough on the girls trying to balance academics and just getting some rest. And these matches have been difficult, and they're not going to get any simpler going forward. So it's good to be at home and try to step up there.
We took on Finley on Sunday in the final match of the weekend, and I know we talked earlier, talk about the improvements some of these GLIAC teams have made in terms of bolstering their lineups.
Yeah, talking to the coaches, everyone has said this is by far the toughest the GLIAC has ever been. There's a lot of parity. Really every match you have to step up and be ready to play. The top 8 teams make the GLIAC tournament. And this year we're probably 12 or 13 teams deep of who can realistically make it, and that's pretty tough. So we're going to have a lot more 5-4 matches that we need to pull out. But yeah, Finley was a lot better on Sunday. It was a match we were able to win 7-2 last year. You know, their number 2 player from last year is now playing 4. They got their top 3 are new and very tough 2 Division I transfers. And so I was trying to remind the girls that everyone is getting better, so that way we got to practice harder and be ready to show up every single match. None of the matches going forward are going to be easy.
I know we talked about the men just getting prepared here for their season. I know as an alum you're working hard to restore the tennis tradition here at Ferris State and keep that alive. Let's start talking about the men's team here briefly and the fact that you brought in the number 1 recruiting class in the country.
Yeah, it's great to bring in the number 1 recruiting class. I was trying to tell the guys in our first meeting, I said it can be a blessing and a curse all at the same time because you know, it's great to have some talent, but if you don't work hard, it doesn't mean anything. So just trying to keep them in check. They're super pumped about playing in the ITA regionals this weekend. The winner of that gets a chance to play for a national championship down in Fort Myers, and we got a couple guys who think that they can do that in singles and doubles at this tournament. And the freshmen have stepped in and done a good job, but they know there's a lot of expectation. The upperclassmen are reminding them that you know, last year Northwood won another GLIAC tournament, and we want to beat them in the regular season and the conference championship again. And same thing on the men's side. A lot of those teams are getting better as well, so we can't forget about everybody else. It's going to be a dogfight again in the spring, but we definitely have a solid team. The guys are working hard. They're adjusting well, and hope to have a good fall. I
know year 2 here now under your leadership for both programs. Just talk about the adjustments, maybe the things that you've learned over the first year, and how that helps you going forward.
Yeah, just you get a chance to know your players a lot better. Last year, when I stepped in, you didn't even know who was who or where they played last year, and just kind of feeling everybody out. But now we've built a relationship with each and every player. There's trust there. They can come in and talk to me, our assistant coach, Jamie Nunez, whenever. And I think they're having a lot more fun as well. We're definitely working harder than what they're used to, but also trying to keep it light and fun so that we don't burn them out. And I think they appreciate that, and they know the lofty expectations that we have, and every day that they show up that they know they're going to have to compete and work hard, and they've bought into that, and it's going to be a dogfight even in our own practices going forward on the women's and men's teams to get playing time and knowing that the programs are going to get better. So that's a fun part of having a competitive team as we push ourselves in practice and in matches.
Well, I know you got a busy week coming up, both men's and women's action, the women at home this weekend, and best of luck to the Bulldogs.
Thank you so much.
That's going to do it for another episode of Ferris Sports Update. Reminder, you can follow all the action online and keep up with all the results at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Thanks for tuning in.